everyone, Comic Reviewer here. This time reviewing on The Batman. Now, as you know, The Batman is a 2022 superhero film, which is meant to be more of a reboot to the Batman film series, and was directed by Matt Reeves, who also gave us the film Cloverfield. And yeah, I would say the Batman, is like mixing Batman Year One, The Long Halloween, and Batman Earth 1 and the Telltale game all into one single movie. And keep in mind that the original plan was meant to have Ben Affleck having his own Batman movie, which just never happened. And so, yeah, the premise of the film is meant to follow how a much younger, more less experienced Batman, played by Robert Pattinson, as well as James Gordon, who isn't a commissioner, but more in a different position, try to kind of figure out the sort of killings of high officials, and we kind of see how Bruce Wayne has to put two to two together, and with the help of Catwoman, as well as James Gordon, they kind of put the pieces together and try to figure out who the killer is, and they later learn that it's meant to be Riddler. And I think the point of Riddler is meant to be a dark reflection of what Bruce might have become. Because the point of Bruce Wayne is that he became a vigilante to help the people, and also to help kind of protect and save lives. Well, the Riddler is meant to believe what he's doing is right, targets the sort of corrupted elite, and believes everything he does is for the right reasons. And I think the film really does take some inspiration from the whole Batman Earth 1 storylines. Like, yeah, much like the Earth 1 story, Bruce Wayne being less experienced, and his Batsuit being almost similar to the Earth 1 version. And yeah, kind of having Riddler as a bit more of a sort of highly skilled hacker, and kind of being similar to his Earth 1 counterpart from the Earth 1 comics. And yeah, also as well having Catwoman in the story makes sense, as Catwoman's meant to be more of an inside girl, and we later do see how Batman and Catwoman do come together. And yeah, much like from Earth 1, we do see how Martha was originally in Arkham, and similar to the Telltale game, we do see how Thomas Wayne was sort of corrupted, but only did it with good intentions. And I can kind of understand why people criticize the runtime, but really, that was the point of it. It was building up the story. It was building up the climax. It was taking time with it. But I think they could have had time for Bruce Wayne to be... for Robert Pattinson to be mostly Bruce Wayne at times. Maybe be at Wayne Enterprises. Maybe train with Alfred in the Batcave. And I kind of think, yeah, Alfred did seem a little underused, as I felt the point of Alfred was always meant to be a moral guide, someone to help Bruce Wayne, or help him be the better person that he needs to be. And yeah, much like his Earth 1 counterpart from the Batman Earth 1 story, he was also a former Marine. And I think they could have probably have done more with Bruce Wayne a bit more, as well as Alfred. And I think for the most part, having the areas of Gotham does work, as it does remind me a bit of like London or Gloucester and other sort of city-like areas. And yeah, I know with the part of city areas, there's going to be gangs, there's going to be sort of corruption and everything else. And I think for the most part, I would say, yeah, I think the Batman isn't a bad idea for a reboot. And you can kind of tell James Gunn really wants to put this into the DC Extended Universe, and I can understand why James Gunn wants to fix things, because one, keep in mind, since his movie Suicide Squad, as well as some of the other DC films, have become box office bombs, you can kind of tell he's trying to take careful steps in not sort of making the same mistakes with most cinematic movies. And the point of James Gunn is a director and knows what he's trying to help safely bring. And I think in the end, yeah, The Batman is kind of an okay movie. It's not as good as what I think Tim Burton was trying to do. And I know it's not the thing that I think Christopher Nolan fans expected with this movie. But I think it still deserves thumbs in the middle. Well, it's an okay-ish film. You can tell they didn't really take much time to build with Bruce Wayne. And I think they could have had more time to build with Alfred. And I think, yeah, we've seen Batman's origins done multiple times in other films, and I think this one is meant to have him already trained, already as Batman, but still starting out. So, Comic Reviewer here, signing out.